Hello everybody, it's Maikito. First of all, if you hear something in the background, there's someone mowing the lawn outside, so if you do hear anything, that's what it is. So I do apologize for that, but I did want to get this video out for you guys. Quickly, for those that didn't watch the last video, I did recap NBA over there, but if you didn't watch that one, last video I went 2-1. The only miss I had, the one miss that I had, was Jrue Holiday under 12.5. This was actually his second highest point total this whole season. He had 20 something. I know he went like 11 for 14. He was extremely efficient. I didn't expect that at all. I couldn't have predicted that. But the other two, Luka Doncic over 31.5 points. He hit that. He ended with 32. And then PJ Washington higher than 17.5 points rebounds. I said for those that I had a feeling this was going to get bumped and it would go up to 18.5, which it did. And it hit either way. So that one hit as well. So in 2 for 1, they're pretty good. And again, I was watching last game, looking at how teams were playing, and I actually found some more that I did like. I actually found one more than last time. I have 4 plays for you guys, 2 on the Boston side, 2 on the Dallas side, and I thought I'd give to you guys, so I'll get straight into that. My first play is on the Boston side. It is Jaylen Brown, lower than 9.5 rebounds and assists. Normally his line is around 8.5, sometimes 9, but at 9.5 I like it. The reason why it got bumped up to 9.5 is because last game he had like 7 assists, and I definitely don't think he'll get close to that line this next game. He's gone under this mark in 6 out of 8 games, 6 out of 8 away games this playoffs, and he's played Dallas 4 times total this season, including the ones in the playoffs, and he's gone under this mark in 2 out of 4. And I just don't think, like I said, he's going to get 7 assists last game. And I feel like it mainly has to do with Dallas's interior defense. Ever since that trade for Gafford and PJ Washington and that back in January in the trade deadline, they allowed 59.6% of shots in around the strict area, the rim, the paint, whatever you want to call it. They allow 59.6% of those to go in, which is actually really good. Their interior defense has been really good. On the perimeter, it's been average, but the interior defense is really what's been carrying them. But this playoffs, they have allowed Boston to score 72.3% of shots in the paint, and I just think that their defense has been letting them down. Not only has it just been them, it's also been Boston just being really efficient, and I don't think that's going to happen this game. I believe they're going to be playing better defense, especially because they're at home now, and it's a must-win game, so they're going to be playing hard. I don't expect Boston to be this efficient, and I don't expect Dallas's defense to be as lackluster as it's been the first 2 games against Boston. And his normal rebounds line on both Prize Picks and Underdog is at 6, which means for him to go over, for example, he will need 7, and I don't think he gets 7 rebounds. He's only had 7 plus in 1 out of 4 games against Dallas this season, and the last 10 games he's only had 7 or more in the last 3 out of 10. And I just like the combo better because, like I said, 1, I don't think he's going to get that many assists just because I believe Dallas's defense is going to be better, and 2, he's not going to get as many rebounds, especially away from home. There's no way he gets 7. So the way I like to think of it, I split it up into for example, if for him to go over 6 rebounds, he would need 7, and for him to go and get that 10 rebounds and assists, he would need 3 assists. So I just like the chances of combining them both. I feel like he'll go under on both of them in my opinion, but I just like the safetiness in 9.5 just because I don't think he gets it. So I like Jaylen Brown to go lower than 9.5 rebounds and assists. I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito, link in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. I'm going to be posting more on there as well, not just for NBA, but also for the European tournament coming up and the Copa America. So most of my plays are, for those that haven't noticed, and I've mentioned it before, they are on Underdog because that's mainly where I play, but I do have some Prize Picks in there. But most of my plays are on Underdog. So if you want to use my code and you don't have Underdog, I really appreciate it if you guys use that code. I also have my Cashapp linked in the description. It is obviously never required for anybody to donate any money. It is just for those that are ever feeling generous and want to give back. You can. Again, nothing is ever required. And then I do also have the memberships in the description. Those are for those. If you buy or don't buy the membership, it doesn't change anything when it comes to the content. It's just for those that want to get the video out early to try to avoid potential bumps. or stuff getting taken away. But like I said, it doesn't change the content, and I just want to give thanks to anybody who supports me in any way. My second Boston player prop, it is Jason Tatum, higher than 9.5 rebounds. Usually this line is at 10, like on Price Pick and Underdog, but this time it's at 9.5, and it's just because he went under in the last game. But I still like this at 9.5. He's actually gone over this mark in 6 out of 6 away games that he's played in the playoffs this season, and he's gone over this in 2 out of 4 against Dallas, and he's played them once away, and he went over that mark earlier this season. And if you watched, obviously you've probably watched the final round, aka Jordan's videos, and like he mentioned, he gets good rebounding chances. He gets 15, and most players convert them on around 50% rate, but he converts them pretty well. He goes for rebounds that he knows he's gonna get, and I just like this at 9.5 because obviously Dallas is gonna shoot more because they need to win. It's a must-win game for them. So obviously with more shots means more missed shots and more opportunities for him. Even if Dallas shoots the same amount that they usually shoot, I still think he goes over. But knowing that Dallas is going to shoot more, I like this prop even more, and I like the fact that it's a 9.5. He's played 42 and 45 minutes in this playoff series, and he's gone over in his last 7 out of 10 games in general. And like I said, I just like the value at 9.5. Dallas is going to shoot more. He's there. He plays close to the paint when he's on defense. When he's guarding Luka cuts, goes into the paint, shoots. He's there for the rebounds, and his teammates, it's not like they let him get the rebounds when he goes for them. So I just like the odds of this hitting, in my opinion. So I like Jason Tatum to go higher than 9.5 rebounds. And then my first Dallas prop, you can go one of two ways with this. You can go either Luka Doncic higher than 42.5 points and rebounds, or if you want, this is really specifically more for Price Picks because on Underdog it's slightly juiced. It is higher than 9.5 rebounds. You can take either one. When it comes to points and rebounds specifically, he's played Boston, 4 times this season, and he's gone over in 3 out of 4. And then when it comes to 9.5 rebounds specifically, he's gone higher in 4 out of 4 games against them. So he's gone higher than 9.5 rebounds in all games. And in my opinion, the reason why I want to add the points and the rebounds is because, one, like I said, Underdog has it a little juiced. And 2, because he's going to go all out, especially they don't want to go 3-0 down against them. So he's going to play hard. He's going to shoot a lot of shots. Whether he shoots 25, 26 shots, whatever, even if his first shots are 1 for 10, Luka's going to keep shooting anyways. He's going to get hot, even if he starts slow. And if he starts hot, obviously that's better for us, which is what he did last game. He started off hot. He kind of started to cool down in the second half, and he still went over the 32.5 points mark that I took last time, or 31.5, sorry, that I took last time. And like I mentioned in the last video, the way that Boston guards Luka, they did a couple more double teams last game, but it still went over. But for the most part, they just let him play one-on-one, and they cut the passing lanes off against his passing lanes that he has for his teammates and trying to let him get involved. And then last game, they tried to double team him a little more, and you saw what happened. He ended up getting like 11 assists, which obviously that wasn't working for them. This game was a lot closer than last time. So in my opinion, I think Boston is going to try to go back to that first game where they cut off his passing lanes, just let him play one-on-one. Do not let his teammates get involved, and let him score more, let him tire himself out more. So I just like, and like I said, they're going to be playing a game where it's pretty much an elimination game for them. If they lose this game at home, they'll go down 3-0. So he's going to shoot. He's going to be really aggressive. He's going to play 40-plus minutes in my opinion. And on rebounds alone, when he plays 40-plus minutes, he's gone over his last 8 out of 10 games. So you can take 9.5 rebounds if you want on Price Picks. On Underdog, you can take 42.5 points and rebounds, just because, like I said, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to be out there catching boards. And I just like this spot for Luka. And then for my last prop on the Dallas side, it is actually Josh Green to go higher than 0.5 3-pointers made. He's gone over this mark in his last 8 out of 10 games at home, and he's only played Boston once at home, and he went over this mark. But keep in mind, he did play 38 minutes, and he did shoot 4 for 7 from the 3-point line, so he was efficient in the shots that he did take. So I did like that as a good sign for us. And on average at home, he shoots about 2 to 3 3-pointers, and it's just whether he makes one. And in my opinion, he does, especially because he's playing at home, and it's a must-win game for them, like I said. And throughout the whole season, 50% of his shots are 3-pointers, but in the last 10 games, like in this playoffs, he's gone from 50% of his shots being threes to 70% of his shots being threes. 20 out of his last 40 shots in the last 10 games have been 3-pointers. So he's definitely going to shoot at least 2. And if he shoots 3-3-pointers, I'm confident that one goes in. In my personal opinion, just like also my personal like opinion, logic in my head, this is probably 65-35 that this hits, and I'll take those odds any day. Throughout the whole season, he's a 38.5% three-point shooter, so he's relatively efficient. And like I said, it's a home game where it's must win, and he's efficient at home. So I just like this spot. I like Josh Green to go higher than 0.5 3-pointers made. Thank you everybody for watching. If you could like the video, comment, you can say anything. It would just help boost the algorithm. I would really much appreciate it. And if you consider subscribing and turn on post notifications so you know when these videos come out to you guys, I would really appreciate that as well. But other than that, hopefully this NBA, honestly I want Dallas to win, just because 1, I want there to be more games, and 2, I just want the playoffs to be more intense and stuff like that, and just a sweep just wouldn't make it any fun. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good day today, and hopefully we can cash out tomorrow in the NBA Finals.